and I will now do a walkthrough of the Silver Samba routine to count.
We start the Silver Samba routine in open-facing position. The man's weight is on his right foot, the lady's on her left. We will now dance 4 counts of the solo spot volta. 1, 2, 3, 4. We now dance a natural basic movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a whisk to the right. 1, 2. We now dance a samba walk and then a side samba walk. 1, 2, 1, 2. We're now going to dance the crisscross volta movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We will now dance 2 shadow Botafogo's, the man beginning to his left, the lady to her right. 1, 2, 1, 2. We will now dance the maypole volta amalgamation, the man circling to his left, the lady to her right. 1, 2, 3, 4. We will now dance 2 whisks. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 4 closed rocks. Slow, quick, quick, 2, quick, quick, 3, quick, quick, 4, quick, quick. We now dance a whisk. 1, 2, turning to promenade. 1 samba walk and a side samba walk. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1 shadow Botafogo. 1, 2. We will now dance the maypole, this time with the man circling to his right and the lady to her left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 whisks beginning to the left. 1, 2, 1, 2. Again, a samba walk and side samba walk. 1, 2, 1, 2. To conclude the routine, we will dance the Argentine crosses. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. For some floors, you may need to adjust this routine so that it fits more neatly around the size of the floor.
This concludes our walkthrough of the Silver Samba. Before we begin our teaching of the individual steps in the Silver Samba, let's take a look at the Silver Samba step list. The Silver Samba: closed rocks, side samba walk, volta movements, crisscross, maypole, solo spot volta, shadow Botafogos, Argentine crosses.
Our first step in the Silver Samba, which is listed as step number 10, is the closed rocks. Let me demonstrate the man's part first. We start in closed facing position with the weight on the left foot. The man steps forward on his right foot, slow, forward on his left foot, quick, and replaces weight, quick. He then repeats on the other foot, slow, quick, quick. You'll notice the difference in the timing. Instead of 1, 2, 3 quarters, quarter 1, I'm counting slow, quick, quick, which is a whole beat followed by 2 half beats. Watch that once more. Slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick. You'll notice also that there is no bounce in this step, but just a hip movement. Slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick. Let's take a look at the ladies' part now.
The lady dances back on her left foot, back on her right foot, replaces weight. Then back on her right foot, back on her left foot, replace weight. Now there is some turn to this, so let's try this again with the turn. We dance back, an eighth to the right, replace weight. Back, an eighth to the left, replace weight. The man assists the lady's turn by maintaining tension in his left arm and with his right arm on her back. And although the lady's hips turn, our shoulders should remain square. Watch that again. Slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick. Step number 11 is the side samba walk. We begin in promenade position with our weight on our outside feet. We step forward for 1 on our inside feet. 1. Take part weight to the side, up, draw the inside foot towards the outside foot, 2. Let's take a look at that again. 1, 2. An eighth of a turn, a quarter of a turn, or no turn can be made depending upon the figure that follows it.
Step number 12 are the volta movements. There are various amalgamations using the volta movement. In the silver tape, we're going to teach 4 of these. But let's first take a look at the basic volta movements themselves. First of all, the volta movement to the right. Starting with the weight on the right foot, you cross the left foot in front of the right foot, 1, take the right foot to the side, and repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. You notice the timing, 3/4 of a beat and 1/4 of a beat. Once more, 1, 2, 3, 4. This can be turned slightly to the left by taking the right foot slightly back instead of to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. We now take the volta to the left. In this movement, you start with the weight on the left foot, cross the right foot in front of the left foot on 1, left foot to the side, and repeat. 2, 3, 4. And again, this can be turned this time slightly to the right by taking the left foot slightly back. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are the basic volta movements. The first amalgamation that we're going to teach is the crisscross. We start in promenade position with the weight on the outside feet and dance a side samba walk. 1, 2. The man will now dance a volta to his right while the lady dances a volta to her left, passing under the arm. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll notice that we made 1/4 of a turn. The man will now dance a volta to his left while the lady dances a volta to her right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can follow this with a whisk to the left. 1, 2. Take a look at that one more time. We dance a side samba walk. 1, 2. Volta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Before we teach the next 2 amalgamations, we need to teach step 13, which is the shadow Botafogos. We again start in promenade position, with the lady slightly in front of the man. We're now going to dance a series of Botafogos forward, both the lady and the man starting on his left foot, the lady starting on her right. 1, 2, 1, 2, passing underneath the arm. To complete the figure, the man will dance a side samba walk while the lady dances a volta spot turn. 1, 2. Returning to closed facing position. Watch that one more time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We are now ready to teach the second and third amalgamation using the volta movement. We start with 2 shadow Botafogos. 1, 2, 1, 2. The man is now going to dance a volta movement circling to his left around the lady, while the lady dances a spot turn volta circling to her right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Watch that one more time. 2 shadow Botafogos. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. This can also be danced using the opposite turn. This time the man dances only 1 shadow Botafogo. 1, 2. He now circles around the lady, this time to his right, while the lady dances a spot turn volta to her left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Watch that one more time. From the shadow Botafogo. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. The final amalgamation using the volta is the solo spot turn volta. We start again in promenade position with the weight on the outside feet and dance a side samba walk. 1, 2. At this point we will release hold and both dance a solo spot turn volta, the man to his left, the lady to her right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and dance a whisk, regaining normal hold. This can be done using 8 counts, in which case you will make 1 7/8 turn. Once again, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The final step in the Silver Samba is the Argentine crosses. The Argentine crosses consist of 2 movements for the man and lady, a cross in front and a cross behind. Let's look at the cross in front first. Forward and slightly side on the left foot, right foot behind, left foot to the side. Now the right foot will cross in front, 1, 2. Watch that again. 1, 2, 1, 2. When we dance this together, the man and lady alternate their forward and backward crosses. The man starting with a cross behind, the lady starting with a cross in front. And 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. To complete the movement, the man will dance a samba walk on the spot, and the lady will do a spot turn volta to the right. 1, 2. Watch that one more time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You will note the use of body shaping in that step, a sway to the left and then a sway to the right. Once more, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
This concludes our teaching of the Silver Samba. Keith and I will now do a walkthrough of the Silver Samba routine to count.
We start the Silver Samba routine in open facing position. The man's weight is on his right foot, the lady's on her left. We will now dance 4 counts of the solo spot volta. 1, 2, 3, 4. We now dance a natural basic movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a whisk to the right. 1, 2. We now dance a samba walk and then a side samba walk. 1, 2, 1, 2. We're now going to dance the crisscross volta movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We will now dance 2 shadow Bodafogos, the man beginning to his left, the lady to her right. 1, 2, 1, 2. We will now dance the maypole volta amalgamation, the man circling to his left, the lady to her right. 1, 2, 3, 4. We will now dance 2 whisks. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 4 closed rocks. Slow, quick, quick, 2, quick, quick, 3, quick, quick, 4, quick, quick. We now dance a whisk. 1, 2, turning to promenade. 1 samba walk and a side samba walk. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1 shadow Botafogo. 1, 2. We will now dance the maypole, this time with the man circling to his right and the lady to her left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 whisks beginning to the left. 1, 2, 1, 2. Again, a samba walk and side samba walk. 1, 2, 1, 2. To conclude the routine, we will dance the Argentine crosses. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. For some floors, you may need to adjust this routine so that it fits more neatly around the size of the floor.
This concludes our walkthrough of the Silver Samba. We will now teach and demonstrate some important general points of samba technique.
The technique that we're going to cover in this section of the tape should be applied at bronze, silver, gold, and even higher competitive level dancing. Let us first take a look at the timing for the samba. As we mentioned in the bronze tape, the count for samba is 1-2, giving a beat value per step of 3/4, 1/4. Let's look at this using the whisk. And we dance 3/4, 1/4, 3/4, 1/4. If we take a closer look at the feet, you'll notice that Karen does not move her second foot until 3/4 of a beat have elapsed. 3/4, 1/4, 3/4, 1/4. A useful way to count this is to count 1 and a 2. 1 and a 2. 1 and a 2. You can use this count for any samba step where the count is 1-2. Let's now take a closer look at certain basic steps which form the basis of most samba amalgamations. These are the samba walks, the botafogos, and the voltas. Let's begin with the samba walks. Karen will demonstrate samba walks for us. And 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. If we break that down a little for you, you can see what the actual action is. Forward, allowing the knee to bend and contracting the hips forward. On the out count, place the foot back with part weight and allow the hip to rise for up. Slide the front foot backwards, 2, keeping the back leg straight. Watch that one more time. 1 and a 2. You will notice that the pulse action of the hips is forward and back, and that there is no height change, the bounce being taken up in my knees and hips. Let us watch that once more. And 1 and a 2, 1 and a 2, 1 and a 2, 1 and a 2. That is the samba walk, the way it should be danced in any variation or amalgamation using samba walks. The second, and probably the most important and most often used samba step, is the botafogo. We will be demonstrating them forwards, although they can also go backwards and in place. Karen will demonstrate botafogos for us. And 1 and a 2, 1 and a 2. You will notice that the action is somewhat similar to the samba walk, except that the foot is not slipped back on the last step, and the hip action is somewhat more lateral. A useful thing to remember is that there should be a slight pulsing action on the first step. 1, 2, 1, 2. So the best way to count the botafogo is to count 1, 2, 1, 2. Once again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You will also notice that the supporting foot turns on the count of 1. My supporting foot will now turn 2. 1, 2. A common error in the botafogo is to replace the weight change on with a point, dancing 1, 2, 1, 2. This you should try to avoid because it is almost impossible to dance a correct hip action if you do not change part weight to the outside foot. 1, 2. You must particularly remember this when the samba music you're dancing to is fast, because then it takes a lot more control to change part weight. The volta is the third action that we are going to look at, and although rhythmically it's probably the simplest, it can still cause a few problems. Karen will demonstrate the volta for us. And 1, 2, 3, 4. If we look at the feet, you will notice that our front foot crosses heel to the toe of the back foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. The timing for the volta is 3/4 of a beat on the cross, 3/4, quarter, 3/4, quarter. So you count 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. The Karen will now demonstrate the volta again, we'll notice some pertinent points. You'll notice that her knee bends slightly as she crosses in front, and that her hip action is lateral. 1, 2, 3, 4. You should try to maintain this action when dancing circular and spot voltas. First the circular volta, and 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll notice on this action, Karen's foot moves slightly, her inside foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. On a spot volta, the center foot remains in one place. 1, 2, 3, 4. This concludes our presentation of the silver samba.